Welcome back to Media Day Live on GoPSCSports.com. We're joined by Charles Huff. Coach, big day for the program, obviously. First day of practice, meeting with the guys. What's the excitement level like from your perspective?
Well, we're all excited. The guys have been working out this summer, and coaches have been kind of meeting this summer and getting game plans together. And now is the time we can actually put it to work. Everybody kind of gets the itch towards the end of summer and wants to get back on the field. And today's the day we finally get to do that. So we're excited. The players are excited. The fans are excited. The media's been awesome. We're ready to go.
Let's talk a little bit about special teams first. When Coach was just here talking about the depth all across the board, when you have that added depth, are there more things you're able to do special teams-wise?
Well, definitely. The more depth you got, the more competition you create, the more options you create. You're able to spell guys at different times of the game. And what it also allows you to do is it allows you to evaluate guys, even in practice, because they're going against, a guy who's, either same speed, same skill level, and it allows you to be able to say, okay, hey, when he gets in the game, this is where it's going to be. We talk about it all the time. When the games are easier than practice, then that's what you want. You want practice to be hard, so the games you can just go out and have fun.
What are you looking for out of the kicking unit? We'll start with that group first. What are you looking for out of them during camp?
Well, out of the entire group, consistency. I think that's the area that we can make the biggest jump in. Each guy has his own talent level. They have the talent to be who we need them to be. We're just looking for the guy who can do it consistently. Both guys at both positions. Speaking of the punters, they both had an opportunity last year and did well in some spots, didn't do as well in some other spots. We got to find the guy that's the most consistent. The kicking situation, we got a brand new guy coming in, regardless of who it is. That's not a concern of ours, but we do have to be aware of it so that way we can find out who's going to be the most consistent through practice, who's the most consistent through preparation, so that on game days it's just like practice.
When it comes to identifying the return men you want, what are some of the little things you can share with the fans that you look for, starting with a punt returner?
Well, punt returner, number one, he's got to be able to catch the ball. On third down, if they're punting it to you and they actually kick it, you've got them off the field. The worst thing you want to do is send them back out there because you mishandle the ball. So we're always looking about being able to protect the ball. The second thing is you got to be able to make shifty movements. You may not have to be as top end speed, although it does help, but to be able to change directions, in a short area of space. So those two things together, someone who can catch the ball and change directions, is kind of what we're looking for.
How about kickoff return?
Kickoff return, of course, the faster you are, the better. It does help, but the thing we stress to our guys, not only do you have to be fast, you have to play fast. Running your 40 or running 100 meters is a little bit different than actually running a kickoff return back. So you got to be able to play fast. And then the other thing, you got to be strong, because there's probably an opportunity where you're going to have to break an arm tackle or, kind of run through some damage. But, those two things, speed and then a strong runner.
Let's shift gears to the running back room. Coach was just talking about Akil Lynch and kind of his approach to things, kind of taking ownership of being the senior, being the leader in the room. What have you seen from him, and then how exciting is it to have those guys behind him that are just so young, talented, ready to step in?
Well, he's done an awesome job with the leadership perspective, from not only leading the running back room, but leading the team. He's done it in not necessarily a vocal way, although he will, speak his mind and speak when needed. But his daily preparation is kind of what, I always point out to the younger guys. He does an unbelievable job of taking care of his body. He does an unbelievable job of preparing his mind. And the younger guys have kind of clicked on to that. And they not only do they kind of follow him, they challenge him. They just don't say, hey, you're Akil, so I'm going to finish second. They'll challenge him. And the thing going forward is, for him, last year where he wasn't, the oldest guy in the room, moving forward, I think he's handled it well. He's prepared, to be the older guy. Sometimes what you run into is when you get an older guy, he's so worried about trying to teach the younger guys that he forgets to prepare himself. Totally opposite of what Akil's done. He's done a great job of preparing himself, and he's prepared the younger guys as well.
What makes him such a unique player in terms of his style of how he carries the ball? And then Coach was talking about maybe getting him a little bit more in the way of touches out of the backfield in terms of passing.
Yeah, well, he's an all-around back. He's not just a running back. He does have good hands. He does have a good sense of pass protection. He can be physical, but he also has good speed. The thing with him is this year he's got to take the step and know when to use which tool. When do I put my shoulder down and run a guy over? When do I run by a guy? When do I actually, get 2 more yards on the run? Or when am I, understand when to bounce it, when to stick it in there? That's the thing for him moving forward, is which tool to use when. You know, he's a unique specimen because he's a big guy, big physical guy with good speed. A lot of times you don't see that. You know, you either have speed and they're a smaller guy, or they have, you know, good strong strength and they're a bigger guy. But he's got a combination of both, which is very intriguing.
Coach, we greatly appreciate your time. Thanks for talking to us. Best
Thanks,
luck
buddy.
this training camp. We'll be right back on GoPACSports.com with Media Day Live. We'll be catching up with offensive coordinator John Donovan.